Yes, I developed a keen interest in the Japanese black breed in 2013. Um, I would regularly read a farming magazine every week, and it caught my eye one evening, and I guess I really fell in love with the breed for what they represented. Um, and there are a very romantic history to the breed, so I felt that it was something I could really develop a passion for. I'm Luke Smith. I'm the owner of Noble Herd, Japanese Black. I'm a fifth generation farmer from Cookstown. Growing up in the family farm, we bred and reared cattle for beef. As a farm manager for an Angus breeder when I left college, and developed a fair bit of experience in embryo transfer and AI and the importance of particular traits in animal breeding to promote better beef quality and performance on farm. Wagyu is, in a sense, is really a broad term for four strains of Japanese cattle. You have the Japanese Black, the Japanese Brown, the Japanese Polled, and the Japanese Shorthorn. The Japanese Black is really renowned for its meat quality. It is distinct from the other strains in being recognised for that. I guess there's many different attributes that make the Japanese Black breed very special. I guess number one is meat quality. It is a very distinctive flavour, taste, and this really comes from the animal's marbling. And people look at this marbling as unhealthy. They see the fat through the beef known as marbling and think this is intrinsically unhealthy or and bad for you. But the fat itself is very unique compared to all other breeds in that it's very high in omega-3s. With most beef breeds, the beef is 2/3 saturated fat and 1/3 monounsaturated fats, which is your healthy fats. Rather, the Japanese Black is the other way around. It's 2/3 monounsaturated fats and 1/3 saturated. What most people don't know is that even the saturated fat in Wagyu is relatively benign. It is mostly made up of stearic acid, which is actually quite essential in the production of testosterone and healthy hormones within the body. So it's distinctive not only in quality but in nutrition as well. Wagyu in Ireland really is quite unique in that there are so few of them. It's a very rare breed here in Ireland for many different reasons. People look at the Wagyu cattle here, most farmers would look at them and think, oh my goodness, they're skinny animals that have no real commodity beef value, without actually appreciating the meat quality. In Ireland here, we like to crossbreed with Angus because we get the benefit in both breeds. The native Angus carries through the ability to utilise grass, utilise and convert grass, and the Wagyu transmits that marbling and that meat quality through its progeny. So you're getting the best from not only the native breeds, but from the Japanese Black itself. Here we have a very unique capability in Ireland to grow very high quality grass. In some other countries like Australia, the US and the USA, they tend to not be able to grow the kind of grass that we can here, and so they need to substitute a lot of grain in the animal's diet to produce that marbling. Rather, here we can utilize high quality grass to do the same job. And as well as that, we didn't want to go down the route of grain feeding animals. We didn't believe in feeding animals indoors over extended periods of times. It wasn't part of our ethics, and it's not something we wanted to continue with, which is why we took a fresh approach to what we're doing. The idea actually popped into my head to feed our animals flax when I was driving past the beetling mill here, and the idea popped into my head. I wonder if we fed our animals linseed. And the further I investigated this, the more, I guess, the opportunities and potential for doing so will increase. It's part of the culture here, really, in a sense. And certainly to me, living locally to Wellbrook Beetling Mill, I've known my grandfather to be involved in the industry and my mother's side of the family to be involved in the industry. So it not only has significance to the way we farm, but to our own personal culture and heritage. By feeding the flax, it's not only beneficial to our cattle, but it also comes through in our beef as well. So in feeding the animals flax, it reduces the stress hormones produced, it reduces any need, or it prevents disease from occurring in the animals. So this stress reducing element of our feed is essential to producing our beef quality. The flax itself increases healthy omega-3s in the beef, and it produces a very healthy balance of omega-3, omega-6 and omega-9, which is something unique in the beef industry. Most beef is very highly concentrated in omega-6, and so this is something quite unique to ourselves. We have to be ethically responsible moving forward as a farm business, not only from our own personal beliefs, but for the beliefs of our customers. Unique to us, the animals enjoy welfare from a variety of perspectives, from birth weights intrinsic to the Japanese black breed. Low birth weights means less stress on the cow, less stress on the calf. It means we can calve our animals naturally outside as nature intended. And by feeding flax, we have to feed really little to no antibiotics to our animals. And the animals enjoy, mostly, except for exceptional circumstances, all year round grazing outside. We're not adding or doing anything that is outside of nature. And so we believe, and we have aspirations to become, actually in our farming practice, beneficial to the environment in sequestering more carbon that is emitted through our production. It's very important to the ethics behind our brand, and it's very important to us and all of our farmers involved. Our beef we didn't try to produce something like, I guess, the Kobe beef in Japan. We're not trying to produce something like a lean beef you would find in most of Europe. We're trying to produce the best of both worlds. We can produce a steak product that has a nice balanced marbling through the product. So we want to produce something quite unique in its own right. And so you'll find with the flavour of the product, you'll be able to taste, in a sense, flax and the tenderness that comes through from our welfare and environmental policies.